Hi, today we are focusing on the 10th chapter, which kind of introduces biological aspect in the science of class 6. The chapter is written as a very storytelling chapter. As I mentioned last session, how terminology is important over here. Here also, we are focusing on terminology. My way of looking at is there is a way the chapter talks about living and non-living. Then it talks about movement. It has some names of plants like Drosera, is one of the insectivore plant. So you have to remember this because this may come in a you know UPSC kind of question, the name of the plant. Then the chapter speaks about growth, nutrition, the process of breathing, respiration. It talks about waste cycle through body called excretion or through uh, plant waste, animal waste. It talks about stimulus that every living beings respond to a stimulus, and there are three stimuli, plural of stimulus. Your body instant responds to them, and all living beings responds to stimuli. Then there is a plant of mimosa, touch me not plant. Then then they mentions about reproduction. It talks about alive and dead, living and non-living. It also speaks about in the plant uh, physiology germination, shows the way how germination happens. Talks about various part of the seed, embryo, various aspect what is required for plant nutrition, growth and movement of plant. It focuses on an experiment of sunlight and plant, and also introduces a great scientist of India, Jagdish Chandra Bose. You remember the date, 1858, and he was born on 1858, and in 1937, yeah, an Indian scientist who did some fascinating experiments with plants. He built a machine called Crescograph to record how plants respond to stimuli. Crescograph, like light, heat, electricity, and gravity. With this machine, he could measure how fast plant grows. He also showed that plants can sense and respond to stimuli. So the important is the machine he built. Machine name is Crescograph. And when what was Jagdish Chandra Bose? When was he born? 1858. 1857, First War of Independence. Rani Lakshmi Bai time. 1858 he was born, and 1937 he died. And his area of work was scientists working with plants and life cycle of plant. The chapter mentions about a very, the diagram you remember in your school days. Again, there is a life cycle of animal, and mosquito has been taken as an example. There is terminology called larva and pupa. That is two distinct life stages during the development of mosquito. So then uh, many of you would have seen how the mosquito, how you stop mosquitoes life cycle. It is mentioned. So practical application. If dengue happens, then what is the precaution government takes? How does this killing of larvae or sanitation works? So all this thing comes from here. So you understand the life cycle of mosquito, what is important, what is how much days. Similarly, silk life cycle has been mentioned, and also the uh, introduction of frogs spawn. So frog is also mentioned. Frog cycle. So tadpole. So you got to learn from this and remember it. See, these questions can just come to check your level of knowledge. When UPSC is very smart, they will ask larva and pupa. Are there the two stage of mosquito life cycle? You will be confused. Yes, sentence one is right or sentence two is wrong or not. A larva or pupa, larva or something else like that. So you need to be very confident. These kind of questions can come. So learn through them and do your MCQ. Your chapter is done. We move on. Science part is to be done through questions, questions, and questions, and previous year questions. That is how I feel. Knowledge of current affair of science is very, very important. But now we are building the foundation. With this, you have any doubt, please fill in your submit your doubt. You have anything to say about the study plan? There is another form for it. You want to reach to me, please, there's a WhatsApp link also given. Use them, and you need to show me that you are getting engrossed in your preparation. Thank you.